Yes, Mr. Keshe, this is Ioannis
Can
from
you speak
Greece.
a bit louder, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to speak loud. Can you hear me now?
Rick, I think our filter level is too low in somewhere in the background. Is that possible? You could check, somebody can raise it. Carry on.
Not sure. There was a new update to the Zoom today, so maybe that altered something. The Zoom may be different now.
Okay, carry on, please.
Okay, I've got one question that has to do with ganses.
Can you
And it,
explain to us who you are? Please introduce yourself, where you are from.
yes, yes, I am Ioannis and I am from Greece.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you. My first question is, if we add two ganses together, for example, CH3, which is an atomic mass of 15, and CO2, which is 44, is the result a new plasma of the field 59? Is it simple addition?
No, but you have to learn how much of which one you have put in. Is it one, let's say, gram of one and 2 gram of the other?
Okay.
Yeah, you have to learn the mass ratio is important because there is more of to give, so they dominate the strength. It's like in the medical applications, we put double the mass of the one in the back than the front. The transfer of the energy from back to front is a directional in magnetical level, but in gravitational level is in the reverse, where the highest goes to the lowest.
I'm
So
not sure I understood that last part.
when you put the higher order strength plasma with a lower order in the strength of the plasma,
Yes?
you receive higher order gravitational magnetic field from the strongest to the weakest. But when you release the fields from the weakest, is ungravitational, is weaker, that the stronger from the other side can pull to itself. So if you look at it, the field from the north pole of the weakest is gravitationally weaker than the gravitational fields of the strongest of the south pole of the strong. That it allows it to pull it to itself, otherwise it'll be feeding back. And it's the same on the magnetical side. You have to understand that the fields carry both gravitational and magnetical, is not one way. And at the same time, your magnetical poles, similarity, they repel each other. So it means the part of the field flow goes for separation. And the same is from your south pole. You have two fields, one on the top and one on the bottom, which they interact. And then you have two fields which from the top of one interacts with the lower of the other, and from the top of the other one with the lower of the other one. This has to be taken into consideration, and that's why when we speak the field strength of the plasma, we deduct the two repulsion to give the total mass of the gravitational mass balance. Let me explain to you to understand. Can I share, please?
Just go ahead, Mr. Keshe.
This is what we've been teaching, and that's, you have a plasma. You have 4 field forces. North pole, North pole. This keeps the repulsion. You have the South Pole, in a way, which again creates a repulsion. And then you have the magical North Pole to the south. And then you have another one, which is, if I can choose, is this one to this one. So your total balance, we always say, is about 20 to 30%, sometimes up to 50%. Is when the balance here is the deduction of the yellow and the red and the blue and the, what do you call it, the other one, the other red at the bottom.
Pink.
What we call it, the brighter pink one, whatever you call it. So this is the balance which you get, because these two are repulsion, which means they are releasing. These two are the absorption, which are interacting to receive. These are the four field forces that we always have to consider. And when you take, in a way, B and P away from it, it gives you total mass exclusion by 30% to 50%. This gives you the atomic mass of the plasma. Because you never consider plasma on its own. You consider plasma in respect to interaction with the other plasmas in the environment, because plasma on its own does not exist. So it's better to be real. And the more you have, the heavier elements you have as a plasma, the more you lose here. So we go up to about in the balance field of 20% on reverse, and then the lighter you become, like hydrogen, is so much that you can go up to 50% reduction. Because the extraction of the fields in the balance equal level is too much, so you lose a lot to keep the balance. If you get ring magnets and play with it, you understand it very quickly. So you cannot go and say, if you balance it with this, what created it? You have to consider every aspect of the interaction. So it doesn't become because you add one to the other, it gives you that level. I hope I'm clear.
Thank you for your answer. So is the first part of the equation the magnetical part of the plasma and the second the gravitational?
Yes, you have two magnetical and you have two gravitational.
Yes.
The magnetical are the north poles repelling each other and the south poles repelling each other.
Yes.
Gravitational is the interaction of the north pole, what goes to the bottom of the south, and of the bigger one to the weaker one. But when you have hydrogen, hydrogen is about two of the same, which is about 50% reduction. So in a way, when you consider hydrogen environment, you consider not as one, you consider as half. But when you go, on the other hand, to high atomic mass, you go back in the same position, because you have too many neutrons which are giving out, so the field coming out is much stronger than the balance field. And then you go back again, sometimes up to 30 to 50%. But half of one is not much, but when you are in 200 and 300, 20%, 30% is a lot. When you look at atomic hydrogen, with one you lose half, but if you look at something like 200, 20% is 40. It's a huge amount. And in all the interaction, depending on the environment, you don't get a 40. You have some which are on 40, some are on 39, some are on 35, some are 0, which means the balance equal balance atomic structure. When you do the test with the gases of the, for example, zinc and near zinc, always consider the presence of the B12 in iron with the existence of the amino acid. Because it's not the zinc emotion on its own which is there. It depends how much the cobalt has changed, that or the cesium amount of the cobalt radiation exists near the iron, that it gives you the strength, different strength of the gamma rays. Some of the gamma rays in cesium play the same strength as the cobalt, but not all of them. And then that affects the ratio of the energy which is released in the interaction of the zinc and copper in the same container. Then you decide how much you feel good, you feel bad, and how you want to control the atomic mass. It's not a simple game. Universe has many games in this thing.
Yes, it does. If that's all about this question, could you be able to answer one more, please?
Yes, go ahead.
So this one has to do with the man and if I can say the different bodies the man has. If the physicality of the man is a plasma, is also the emotionality of the man a different plasma and the mentality of the man another plasma?
In the strength, could be the same entity. In the strength, yes. Emotion, the soul of the man is much stronger. And what you call the emotion of the man is a level down because it changes, it reduces to become. And then the emotion then reduces in strength becomes the physicality. But in a way, if you look at it, you can have a spectrum of the same thing, but if the gap is big enough, you can have the soul, the emotion, and the physicality within the structure of one element.
So they're all parts of one bigger plasma, but they're not the exact same, right?
No, not in the strength, because one in reducing its strength becomes the other of the weak.
Thank you for this.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Keshe, I have a question.
Yes, Sansa.
Who is the one who talks then?
Ask yourself.
Well,
We have changed in the physicality of the existence. We have converted some of our emotion into vibration, what you call the sound. The dumb does not speak but understand all the emotions, does not need a word to speak. Nor does the deaf needs to hear, but he understands the emotion and the feeling of the laughter, the joy and everything else. It's us who's translated it to be comfortable to understand which one is which. Laziness, I call it.
So when I talk, do I filter?
Yes, you filter your emotions to sound level. Because that way you can explain it to those who do not see your soul or your emotion.
So is it kind of hiding my true identity?
No, is a way of being able to, because of the pieces we have created, to be able to use it to be like the others, that we don't stand out as a dumb or a deaf. It means if you don't want to stand out, become like the rest.
But you know, sometimes I feel like the way I feel about my body, I just want to get out of this, but I don't know how to do it though. It's
very easy, many times done. It's very easy. I do this frequently because, as I said many times, I'm ashamed to be in the body of the man, but the body of the man is the only way I can serve mankind to get rid of.